Okay, what's up, everybody? We back again with another one. And today we're going to talk about crystals. Now, the first time I ever came across crystals, actually, the first time I ever came across crystals was on a field trip in elementary school. We went to an aquarium, and in the gift shop store, I purchased crystals, and I don't know, I was just always attracted to them naturally without even knowing anything about them at the time. But then when I got older, this was around 2014, I went into a metaphysical shop. And that's when I actually was really deep into, what crystals were and things. And so I purchased some crystals that day because I could not purchase crystals that day. It was like the vibe of the whole shop. Like when you walk into a metaphysical shop, if you ever do, you should. But if you ever do, it's like just automatic peace as soon as you walk in. It's crazy. But anyway, so what are crystals? Most people think they're just rocks. Some people have bad connotations connected to what crystals are, and it's like, how can you think so bad about something so beautiful? Like they just think bad, I guess, because they think about witches using crystal balls and all these types of things that aren't necessary to be thinking because it's something so great and natural. So crystals are a part of the earth, like literally, like they're a part of life. They are life, just like humans, plants, and animals. Crystals are life as well. They're out of everything in the physical dimension, they have the most balanced frequencies and energies. They actually vibrate higher than humans do. So having crystals around you or having crystals in your pocket or on your neck like this, they actually will help make you or help you to vibrate higher in a sense. They actually increase your energy in a certain, chakra, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, so crystals are basically a part of life. Everything in this life is connected, as I stated before. So crystals are a part of the all, in which, they're just magnificent, majestic beings themselves. And because crystals can be attributed to things spiritual, you know, even in religious texts like the Bible, crystals have been mentioned over 200 times. And even in Revelations, the last book of the Bible, they describe they describe heaven at the end of the Bible in using terms of crystals, because crystals do bring about like a heavenly state of mind and heavenly thinking. It's that serious. Like crystals have the ability to almost heal you in a sense, because vibrations, we're all vibrating on different frequencies. You have a crystal around you to help your frequency to become, higher, and which is, a more heavenly state the higher your frequency is. Crystals are like some of my favorite things to, they're like my best friends almost in a sense. Like it's something about the energy that you can feel just from having a crystal around you that makes you feel just so much more peaceful, you know? You can charge your crystals with the sun, and there's also some that charge with the moon, like selenite. But most crystals charge with the sun. As the sun charges us up, the sun is necessary for like all types of life. Crystals need the sun as well. Now, when it comes to many technologies that we use in today's time, it actually takes a little bit of crystal quartz to make these technologies work. Now, when you think about like the radio, it takes a crystal. Clocks take crystals. You ever heard of quartz clocks? Exactly. It's like it takes quartz for these clocks to work and stuff like that. Our phones in our pockets, there's pieces of crystal inside of them to make them work inside of the microchips. And also computers, all these technologies that we use today take crystals because crystals are a big part of life. Now, the colors of certain crystals, for the most part, are very important because they also are attributed to certain chakras, in which I spoke about in a previous video. There's different crystals, and mainly the color of the crystal, you can tell which chakra it heals or is associated with due to the color. So, the root chakra, just an example of a crystal that is attributed to the root chakra would be black tourmaline. And that doesn't, have the same color, but black tourmaline looks like this. and it's basically a crystal that blocks out negative energy and also kind of keeps you grounded into this third dimensional reality. The sacral chakra, an example of a crystal of that would be carnelian. It looks like this. And it's basically helps, balance out your sexual desires, your creative instincts, and your motivation, and things like this. A crystal that has to do with the solar plexus chakra, my favorite crystal actually at the moment, or one of my favorites, is citrine. Looks like this. And this basically, it boosts your concentration and brings about success and abundance in your life. It's one of my favorite crystals. I have another one actually. That's a crystal cluster that I got from a special person in my life. I call her my oracle. But yeah, she gave me a crystal cluster that's pretty big and I'll never lose it. A crystal attributed to the heart chakra would be rose quartz, which is another cool crystal. This one is rose quartz on my neck right now. It has kind of like a pinkish hue to it, and it basically opens your heart up to universal love, and all types of love in a sense. But there's different types of quartz, and this is just one of them, rose quartz. When it comes to the throat chakra, one of my crystals that has to do with that would be called blue kyanite. Looks like this. And blue kyanite has to do with, aiding in communication. Whenever I have kyanite in my pocket, or blue kyanite in my pocket, it brings about better communication when it comes to, certain things. Like if I've had a presentation in the past to do in college, it basically made it easier for me to speak about the things I had to do. Sometimes when we're in college, we have these presentations about things that we don't even care about, or things that we don't really know much about. But when I had that kyanite in my pocket, it made the presentation go smoother because I was able to talk about it somehow a little bit better. Third eye chakra, and one of my favorite crystals to do with that would be amethyst. And there's also lapis lazuli, which is one of my favorite crystals actually. And what's crazy about that is that I lost it. That's the one I lost recently, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit later about losing crystals. But yeah, amethyst though, it increases your intuition basically, and it's just a beautiful crystal as well. One of my favorites. And the crown chakra, the most main crystal that you could ever have would be regular clear crystal quartz, which is, it amplifies, attracts, and sends energy. This is the main crystal that they use in all the technologies I was talking about. If you were to get one crystal in your life, this would probably be the one that I would recommend because it's the number one crystal. But not that you have to, but this is probably the one I would say to get because it's just like the main crystal of all crystals in a sense. But yeah, crystal quartz, one of my first crystals. Now when it comes to losing crystals, I've lost plenty of crystals, in my life, which is crazy because it's like they are living beings in a sense. They have a mind of their own almost, and they will get up and not literally, but they'll get up and walk away from your life, and they'll just serve the purpose and the time that they need it in your life, and then when that time is up, they'll vanish, you'll lose it, and you're like, what happened? But it was supposed to happen that way because everything happens for a reason. Certain crystals, you'll wake up one day and not know where your crystal is. I swear to you, I've lost many crystals just like that, and it's devastating because it's like, yo, it's like one of your friends. You just lost a friend. It's crazy. But yeah, lapis lazuli was my most recent loss, and I don't know where it is. I have to get a new one. I don't know. It's one of the best crystals though. Now when it comes to crystals, another topic I must talk about would be orgone energy. Now this right here in my hand is orgonite, and it's in the shape of a Merkaba or a star tetrahedron. Orgonite is basically, it transmutes negative energy into positive energy, and it's very powerful. It basically uses metallic minerals inside of it mixed with certain crystals, and some scientists figured out that when you mix these two together, negative energy can be transmuted into positive energy. And some people, have these in the shape of pyramids, or they put these in like the main room in their house, and it just creates positive energy within the house. You also see like people with big clusters of crystals in their house, which I plan on getting really big clusters of crystals one day as well. Just so magnificent to look at, and they bring a sense of peace into the home, and peace is always great to have. Oh, and another crystal or stone that I must mention is moldavite, and it's green and looks like this. Now this is a very small piece, but this very small piece cost me $5. Um, I don't know what else to say. I do know what to say, but it's just like this piece right here is the most powerful mineral or rock or crystal I've ever felt, because just having this in your hand and holding this in your palm of your hand, you can literally feel energy, like in the form of heat emitting from it. And this is just a small piece. Imagine if you had a bigger piece. First time I had some moldavite in my hand, I was at the Oracle's house again, and she let me hold this bigger piece of moldavite, and I'm telling you, like, it was just hot. It was just like so hot, and it was just the power and energy coming from that moldavite. It was unreal. Like, holding this in my hand right now, it has this heat surrounding it, and I can't explain it. It's just, you can feel its energy more than any other. It's unreal. But if you ever come across moldavite, you should probably get some, but you probably gonna have to order it offline somewhere, like I did, because it's so rare in a sense. But that's basically it. That's all I want to talk about today. Really just a quick overview on crystals. Not nothing too deep, not too scientific or anything. I just want to give a quick interpretation on the topic. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And until next time, peace and love.